Questions for a sexologist? Let's go. In addition to Sexplanations, what else do you do for work? I have a private practice in Missoula, this office actually, where I sit in this red chair and counsel people on their sexual health issues and goals. I also visit schools and conferences to share a sort of Sexplanations live. If you want to bring me to your event or campus, there's more information in the description. Where can I ask you questions? You can ask questions in all the places, but they're most likely to be answered if they're public and short. Or if you set up a clinical sexology session where I can give your concerns the attention they deserve. How can I help caption videos? Thank you for asking. I've put directions and helpful links in the description. They're pretty simple ways to add captions to videos and translations if you know languages other than English. Just remember that captions are meant to describe all significant audio content. That's what's being said, how it's being said, sound effects, and music. Is masturbation sex? Masturbation is masturbation. It's a form of sexual activity that involves stimulating your own genitals. Sex typically refers to genitals coming in contact with the mouth, anus, or other genitals. I'm a gay male and I'm considering going abstinent for a year in order to donate blood. Do you have any recommendations for someone who has a high sex drive on how to stay sexy and satisfied while remaining abstinent? Masturbate, color, and bake. I made this whole coloring book of masturbation tips so you can try them out. And it has drawings of masturbating monsters that you can color. And there's a recipe for monster cookies, which I actually show you how to make in this video. The phenylethylamine in chocolate triggers the same part of the brain as orgasm, so eating a little when you're feeling horny can help satiate the drive for at least a little while. Do you have any first time tips? I have this whole video. Will you make a video about prostitution? Here you go. Do you have any good book suggestions? I'm such a huge fan of textbooks. It's like the internet on paper. History, vocabulary, research studies, anatomy lessons, an index so that you can go directly to what you're curious about at the moment. What I'm not okay with is you spending hundreds of dollars on one of these. So please go to a search engine like studentlistings.com and put human sexuality in the search box so that you can find the cheapest textbook online and have one of your own. Have you done a video on pheromones? One of our first goals on Patreon was for me to talk about pheromones while holding Lollipop the skunk. So yes, speaking of Patreon, we're only 10% away from our latest goal to go to LA and collaborate with other creators and sexologists. If you're financially positioned to give us some support, I'd love to make videos with more awesome people. Do pads or tampons go bad? I suggest buying what you need, or better yet, going with alternative products like the ones in this video. Even though tampons and pads won't expire, they can be the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and mold if they're not stored correctly. Ever do a video on asexuality? This was a video we did pretty early on in which I talk about 5 of my experiences with asexuality. There seems to be a large contingent of aces who follow Sexplanations, so I'd love to revisit the topic after we go through orientations I haven't discussed yet. When's the next Orgasm Day? Global Orgasm for World Peace is held annually on December 22nd. In Brazil, Spain, Mexico, Argentina, Peru, and Norway, International Day of the Female Orgasm is designated as August 8th. International Orgasm Day will be June 22nd, 2017, and National Orgasm Day in the US will be July 31st, 2017. Why do you think that most of the people on YouTube who make vids about sex ed are female? Yeah, there are a lot of female sex educators, but Peter Musser, Reed Mahalko, Colin McSwiggan, and Tom Scott have done sex ed on YouTube. If you're not a female and you have a sex ed YouTube channel, please let us know in the comments. Any tips for lowering anxiety about getting pregnant after protected sex? Let's first honor the anxiety. This is one of the most common messages I get. It's a natural fear and a prevalent one, but if you're using protection, or even better, using more than one form of protection, then you're doing the best you can. Try to redirect the energy you spend worrying on something you can control, like watching Sexplanations videos, captioning YouTube videos, and reading human sexuality textbooks. Do you think you can do a great video on how to give great cunnilingus? This goes for all the questions related to whether or not I can or have done a video on a particular topic. On Sexplanations' YouTube page, there is a search field where you can type cunnilingus and it will bring up videos because we have almost 200 of them. I'm not saying that I've covered everything or that what I have covered is exhaustive, but that's why we all get to stay curious. Go to